Stampers, this is Trevis. Welcome to Video Tuesday. And so today we are going to be continuing our Start with a Sketch series that is I've been doing through April and May. And I'm really excited because in the past I was coming up with my own sketches, but now we have those sketches that are in the catalog on page 22. So let me show you the sketch, and I think this is the one we're going to use today. Okay, so on page 22, there's all of these sketches at the bottom. And this is the sketch that I'm going to be working with today, the second one here on the bottom row. Okay, but I'm going to change it up a little bit. So true to form, you don't have to make your card exactly like the sketch. It's just for inspiration. So we call it inspo, and I'm using that as my inspo. So let's get started. I'm going to be using a lot of new product today. I just got my order that I placed May 1st when the catalog went live. So I'm going to be using Labeled with Love stamp set and the coordinating punch. Okay, so if you are a punch person, you can order that bundle with a punch, but if you prefer dies, you can order that bundle with a die instead. Okay, I'm also going to be using Dashing Designs in a new embossing folder. This is a 3D embossing folder that's in the new catalog. I'm also going to be using some designer series paper. It's called Thoughtful Journey. This is 6x6 paper that is like a scene. And oh, the paper is just delightful. I'll show you when I put the camera down. Okay, so let's get started making this card. I'm going to be using some new embellishments, and I'll show you my other idea that I came up with also. So let's get started. Okay, so this is the designer series paper I chose for this card. And this one is so beautiful. All of them are beautiful. Let me show you just a quick flip through. Okay, so here's this one, that one. That kind of looks like Southwest. They're all so different, and the colors are just gorgeous. That one kind of looks like a beach to me. That one is the one I'm using today. That one kind of Christmassy. Let's see if I can show you a few more. Hang on a second. They're stuck together. Here's one. Ooh, like that one. That I used on my other card. This one. So they're all gorgeous. And of course the backs. Look at this one. The backs are just as pretty as the front. So those are 6x6 paper called Thoughtful Journey, item number 163303. Okay, so to get started today, I am going to use my paper trimmer, and I'm actually going to cut this down to 5 1/4. Okay, so I'm going to cut this down to 5 1/4. That little piece of leftover. Okay, so now I have a piece of scratch paper. This is 4 by 5 1/4. This is what I'm going, any scratch paper will work, right? This is what I'm going to start with. The first thing I'm going to do is I am going to start with this. Okay, so I want to trim this down to about right below this line right here. That'll be a good starting point. Okay, so I'm going to put a lot of adhesive on this piece of paper. I'm probably going to have to add some as I go, but that's fine. You could use liquid glue also. It's just a little messier. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is just lay this down at the bottom. Ah! See, it's too sticky. Try to line that up without messing this up. There we go. That's better. Okay, just like that. Okay, now I have this piece, and there's so much of this that I love, so I am going to tear. I'm going to start tearing some of these, and if you tear towards yourself, okay, you'll get that white line. So this has white inside. I'm purposely doing this in a jagged way. Okay, and then the next piece, I'm going to do it a little more like this, even more jagged. Okay, so I'm going to lay this one down next. I'm going to have to add some adhesive. I can see that. So might as well do that now. Why not? Let's do that now. That way it'll stick nicely. Okay, I'm going to try to lower this a little bit. Right there. Okay. Then I have this piece. Ooh, that looks so pretty at the top. So I think I'll put this on the top. Do this one down here. Oh, I like that. Okay. So I'm kind of figuring this out as I go. Okay. And then this piece, it already has adhesive at the top, so I'm just going to put a little adhesive at the bottom. And there we go. Okay, so all the tearing, I purposely tore it so that the white would show on the edges. Okay, and now I just want to trim this off a smidge because I don't want that little piece of scratch paper showing on the edge. So I'm just going to take this down just one notch. Okay. And then I'm going to run this through my Dashing Designs embossing folder. So I'm just going to put this in my 3D folder, and I have my cut and emboss right here. Now, remember when you're doing a 3D folder, you need to use 2 plates. You need to use your platform 1. You need to put your item in the center, okay? And then you need to make a sandwich and use number 4. So all of these plates, the clear plates, 1, 2, 3, and 4, all come with your cut and emboss when you purchase it. So you'll have everything you need to do cutting and embossing. Oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. And you can't feel it, but I hope you can see it, how pretty that looks. And what that does is it actually seals it even tighter, okay? Because, you know, I had the glue on there, but it actually, when you run it through an embossing folder, it actually gives it an extra tightness. Okay, so now I have Misty Moonlight. So I'm going to be doing a little Misty Moonlight stamping, and I'm using that as my cardstock base. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this down. Now this is textured, so I better put some extra on here. Forgot about that. Okay, so this was 5 1/4 by 4, and this is, of course, 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. So look at that. I mean, that right there. I'm not going to do anything else. Okay, so now I am going to do a little stamping. And the stamps I'm going to be using, Happy Birthday, I'm going to be using this frame. A piece of cardstock. Oops. And then I think I might, maybe I'll do a butterfly or a present. I'm not sure. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp the frame in black memento. And then I'm going to stamp Happy Birthday in Moonlight, Misty Moonlight. Ooh, nice and dark. Okay, and then I'm going to stamp my butterfly right here. So I'm going to cut that out. I might stamp the inside of the butterfly also. And I'm going to stamp that off once. Okay, and then I'm going to stamp it. I probably need to get rid of that so I can see what I'm stamping. Stamping the inside of the butterfly. So that's a 2-step stamp. Done stamping. Now I'm going to bring my punch in, labeled with Love Punch. Coordinates with the stamp set. So if you purchase them as a set, you get your 10% off. Okay, but remember, we don't have dies. We do not have dies for this stamp set. So we need to fussy cut. So I'm going to fussy cut the butterfly. I don't mind because I like to fussy cut. I know there's people that say, ugh. But for me, it's all good. Okay. I'm going to put a few dimensionals on the back of the butterfly. Very few because I'm almost out of these. Okay, now I have this, and I think I'm just going to put this right there. I am going to put some glue on it because it's textured. And then I'm going to add my butterfly. Now, there are so many new embellishments in the catalog, I have to tell you. So many new embellishments. And one of my very favorites this year is iridescent faceted gems. These little adorable glistening gems have stolen my heart. They are, I don't know if you can see them up close, but they are just darling. And they are faceted. So we are going to use them. And I think what I'm going to do with it is, put one on the butterfly, one on here, and one more right here. Okay, all right. There is my finished card. All right, so there is the card. Here is the sketch. Hold it side by side. Okay, it's that bottom one there. You can see it. Oh no, take that back. Wrong one. It's over here. It's the bottom one. Okay, so I turned it this way and I did the tearing, but I did it this way. So let me show you my other card. I did a second card. In this card, I used a Petunia Pop as the cardstock base. I did the same kind of idea, but with this one, I did not run it through the embossing folder. And I think I like the embossing folder idea so much. But this card is really pretty too. I love them both. So I hope you enjoyed this sketch idea, and I will see you on Friday. If you haven't subscribed, I would appreciate it. I am so close to 1,000 subscribers, and I'm excited. I just got a few new ones, and it's getting me so close. So please subscribe if you haven't. I would love it. And I'll see you on Friday. Bye.